God, I just watched this movie twice. I watched Factory of Paranormal, a found footage movie found for free on Tubi, and this movie is something else. It starts with, no lie, 2 minutes of a woman being 80-yard over some footage in a factory of someone running around. I think it's a factory. It's dark. There's no background noises. It's just her panting nonstop for 2 minutes. And my first thought is, this has to be a parody, right? It comes off like a parody because it's just panting and running around for so long. But no, it's not a parody, it's real. And I'll get into that later. So basically what this movie is, so for some reason, this girl, she looks like a teenager, which is why I initially was going to be late on this movie. Because I figured it was just two teenagers doing something, right? She wants to do a paranormal investigation, and they don't give a reason why, she just does. She thinks something's up there. And so she goes to a factory and talks about it really boredly to the camera, and she has a friend who's with her, and they just talk, and for some reason, there's a VHS filter, those CRT filters, that sometimes is on and sometimes flicks off, and there's no reasoning for it. It's very weird because they're clearly using HD cameras. But they walk around for 20 minutes, they thought they saw a security guard, so they run away. And the next day, they come back. And when they come back, they find a black sheet, a bed sheet, just sitting on the ground. And they talk about it and say it's really, really creepy, and they keep on about that. Then they get distracted talking to a guy, and they turn around, and the sheet is gone. It's mostly just the two of them filming themselves in selfie mode, which is weird enough, but, you know, when you get things like the black sheet just disappearing, it would have been cool if they were actually film with a camera. Oh, so the girls keep talking about how creepy it is the sheet disappeared, and then one girl, while they're walking, is like, oh, I can hear children laughing, don't you hear that? There's no noise. She just insists that she can hear children laughing. So the other girl's like, no, I don't hear anything. Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear kids laughing. And this goes on for, seriously, another minute or two. And then the black sheet falls on them from the sky, and they run away screaming. And the next day, the sheet is back, and they find a baby doll inside of it, and that sure is spooky. So then, I did a little research into this director, because I was like, oh, I need to know whether or not this was two teenagers, because if it was two teenagers, I'm not going to sit here and make fun of teens making a movie, you know? That's not the spirit of this kind of thing. If it was just teenagers, I can understand why it wouldn't be very good. Now, I didn't write down this guy's name, but he is working on like 10 movies right now. He churns these things out. And he doesn't just do found footage. No, our sir did some paranormal TV shows, but the biggest thing that I took away from his IMDb is that he has a movie called Queen of Trap House. I feel like English has to be a second language because of the way that he names everything. So I feel kind of bad, but Factory of Paranormal, Queen of Trap House. I think I might actually watch Queen of Trap House because I want to know exactly what the hell it is. I want to know what makes her Queen of Trap House. But back to the movie. They get back into the factory. They actually get inside of it. It's dark in there. And then they keep playing clips from the movie that we just watched. And so what starts to happen is the entire movie plays again in clips. No lie. The entire movie slowly, through a series of clips with CRT, I always do that, CRT filters on them, literally replace the entire movie in clips between clips of them in this factory, minutes of which is what we saw at the beginning, the panting. And so it'll just be like a 30-second clip of the movie that we just watched, and then another 20 seconds of being in the factory, and it just repeats. It repeats until we have literally watched the movie a second time. And there's a thing that's black in the sheet where the baby doll was, and it's like crawling around. I don't even remember how this movie ends. I just remember I got tricked into watching it twice in one movie. It would have been 30 or 40 minutes long, but he actually put the movie into the movie. So it's twice as long. It is far too long. This is a 0.5. Factory of Paranormal is something that should be avoided at all costs. It's kind of impressive how awful it is, and not in a fun way. I don't know how you managed to play your movie inside your movie like that, but he did it. This guy may not have a lot of talent, but he sure has enthusiasm.